gentlemen, it's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
And I'm Andrew.
A very delayed Andrew. A very delayed.
I hope it's not.
There was
it's not.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this again. It's on again, ladies and gentlemen. The delay is back. It's stronger than ever. But this is Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 46. 46, indeed. How are you, my friend, besides the obvious?
I'm okay. You know, just doing my shit, getting it done.
Doing my shit and getting it done. Yeah. The weather here the last 3 days has sucked. It's been just gloomy, overcast, and rain.
It has been an almost... Yesterday was raining for almost like a solid 24 hours.
Yeah. It's this storm is just basically like almost like a hurricane. It's doing a little twirl around Ontario, so it's just staying here. But it's supposed to be gone tomorrow, so hopefully we have a nice clear weekend. I finished watching the Hunting Bin Laden Netflix documentary. I don't know if you've heard of it or seen it or anything like that, but quite good. Recommend it if you're into, behind the scenes. Just I mean, you have to be interested in the subject matter. For sure. It's not exactly the most uplifting subject matter in the world. But it's very interesting.
That bitch is dead.
Hearing from like the CIA agents and stuff. He did. He definitely did. Yeah. It was cool with the interviews with the people that were in charge during the Bush administration, and then they do interviews with people during the Obama administration. They even have an interview with the SEAL that killed him. So it's very in-depth, very cool.
I've heard that guy
it.
is not actually the dude who pulled the trigger, and he's just claiming credit for it. He was on the team, but they've not actually said who it was for a variety of reasons, for operational security reasons and that sort of stuff. But I've heard that guy's full of shit, and he's not actually the one who shot him.
I mean, we'll never know unless Trump comes out and gets more stuff, unburied. But yeah,
I mean, we'll know in fun. 50 years or whatever once it becomes declassified, or however long it is.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, if I'm alive then. I'll be interested in seeing that. But yeah, it was an enjoyable learning experience. I like documentaries. I've seen quite a few of them. So anytime something catches my eye, I like to watch that kind of stuff. All right, let's get into some housekeeping here. So we are not on Spotify anymore. The view count was just too low for me to continue to take the time to continue to update it. There was just no point, especially now that I know that we're on YouTube Music without even me having to do anything. So if you were getting your audio only edition on Spotify, you can't hear this anymore. So make sure you check out YouTube Music for that. It's free, from what I understand, to listen to our podcasts. So you don't have to pay anything. Or you can watch us on YouTube. We will continue to be here. We might return to Spotify at some point. The account's still there. You can still watch old episodes on there and everything. It doesn't seem worth it for me right now to continue to update it with such low numbers compared to YouTube.
Wow, it must be really low numbers if it's low compared to YouTube.
They're never above single digits, so it's not getting traction on YouTube. Or on Spotify.
Our videos on YouTube usually aren't either.
What? Yeah.
I mean, we
just had one that hit like the 100 and... We have some in the hundreds. We got some in the hundreds.
Well, maybe the Wrestling Renaissance videos, but not anything I'm involved in.
Not press pause. No, not yet. Oh,
It's-
actually, I think the
it's
Final Fantasy
all
one was
me.
pretty high. I could be wrong. We'll see, though. We'll see. Don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server. We're hanging out there, chatting about video games, chatting about wrestling, chatting about that Netflix documentary. That's actually where it's not where I heard about it, but Cole was talking about it in the chat, saying how much how good it was. So come and join us. Join the discussion, as it were. All right. Let's get into what we're playing. Andrew, you have some final thoughts to share, from what I understand.
Yeah, so over this last week, I actually beat 2 games, one of which I will talk about, and the other I will only talk on briefly. I also finished The Citadel, which was the predecessor to Beyond Citadel. Let me tell you, it's a good thing I played Beyond Citadel first, because there's basically 2 moments where there's story in the first game, and that was it. And in fact, if people want to play those games, I would recommend starting Beyond Citadel, which actually gives you the opening text crawl with the backstory, then stopping, playing the Citadel, finish that, and then play Beyond Citadel. Because there's basically one thing in the Citadel that is need-to-know information for Beyond Citadel, and they also tell you, they recap, hey, remember when you did this in the last game? It's like, no, but thank you for telling me, so now I know. That was that. Sure. So the Citadel it's fine. It's fun. But as I apparently correctly deduced last week, Beyond Citadel is the fully realized version of that concept. So play Beyond Citadel. Now, as for the game that I actually have a lot of thoughts about, I finally finished Stalker 2. After probably, well, there was a month where I didn't play it because I was really sick, but after basically 6 months of play, I'm finally fucking finished with that game. It was, I mean, overall the experience was great. The ending was, but I'm used to that at this point. The problem with having a big open world game is that if you want to have a narrative ending to it, it necessarily kind of has to be sort of closed down and linear, and that doesn't really showcase the best aspects of Stalker. And it's been like that since the beginning. The endings in these games have always been kind of, okay, but the last hour of play is me just kind of going through corridors, doing stuff. It's fine. I don't know what they could have done better. But it was fine. It was par for the course. Glad to be finally done with it. I, of course, got a terrible ending. Even though I thought I was doing the thing that would get me the best ending. I'm not sure there really is a good ending to this game. There are ones that are less bad. But I think I don't just think, I know for a fact I got the worst one. I'm not going to say
is there any DLC coming out for
ending, but not as far as I know. There was no DLC for the other Stalker games, so I don't anticipate that there will be for this one. Also, it would be pretty hard to continue after that ending. It would be it would require
I'm confused.
Rejiggering.
If the first one never got any DLC, why is there a Stalker 2 or Stalker 1 trilogy out? What is that? And then this is only Stalker 2. Shouldn't this be like Stalker 5?
Those are full sequels. But they're not so there's Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, which is the original game. Then there is Stalker Clear Sky, which is a prequel, and then there's Stalker Call of Pripyat, which takes place afterwards, but is sort of a side story to the whole thing. This is the one that is like an actual narrative sequel to the original game.
Interesting. So they're like spin-offs, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I still plan on trying Stalker 2. But again, eventually, there's just so much to play right now. But it is on my list. So as long as it remains on Xbox Game Pass, I will check it out again.
Yeah,
anything
I
else you want
can't
to add
imagine
before
that they take it off,
I take over?
considering they funding since they funded the game, or at least partially funded the game. Anything else about it?
Non-spoilery.
I mean, non-spoilery. Well, based on the ending I got, they could do a really insane sequel if they chose that to be the canon ending. But well, I'll leave it at that. I don't think.
Do you hope that they do more Stalker games? Series.
I mean, I hope that they continue. Like, I hope that this company continues to make more games. They make more than just the Stalker games. They've done other things before and since. Would I love to see another Stalker game at some point in the future? Sure. But right now I'm kind of not thinking about that because I'm kind of got my fill on it after all this time. Looking to play something less shooty for a while.
Makes sense. All right. I have a lot to talk about. Maybe not in terms of like in-depthness, but if you watched last week's episode, you know that I have a new PC, which means I can play PC games again. So I have a bunch of games that I've been playing on PC, some one on Xbox, one on PlayStation, and I also went on a Steam demo spree where I was just like, oh man, there's a demo for this. Oh man, there's a demo for that. Because I just couldn't run them on my PCs on my laptop before. So I was just like, oh yeah, I should have kept a list of this. And so I went through like the top most popular demos for like there's a list on the main page of Steam where you go to the demo section. And it just went down to like 500, and I just looked through the games and I was like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. And I just knocked them out left, right, and center. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of them because I played probably 14, but I did. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about the ones that I didn't like because there's really no point in just shitting on games for an entire segment. But I will talk about the demos that I did enjoy. But before I get to the demos, let's talk about the new games that I've been playing. Full release games. So the first game is Palia, or Palia. I'm not sure how you actually pronounce it. It's a new free-to-play life sim, I guess, kind of game. And I don't think it's in version 1. I'm pretty sure that it's still like in kind of like an early access beta form. But boy, does it not feel like it. This game is gorgeous. It's so butter smooth for in my experience. So there's a lot of people complaining about bugs and stuff, and I'm like, I haven't encountered anything yet. It's definitely got some unfortunate free to play tropes, you know, like where you'll set something up to upgrade and a timer starts, so you can't just like upgrade everything constantly. There's like you have to wait, you know. Yeah, but that's free to play for you. But it's fun. I'm kind of hooked on it. It kind of feels like Stardew Valley, but in like 3D. So it's kind of cool. I'm kind of digging it. I would recommend trying it out if you're into, you know, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, that kind of game. Like I said, except it's in 3D. I'm definitely finding myself more interested in this for some reason than I did the My Life at Sandrock. Was it? They had 2 games in that series. Did not like those ones for some reason. So, yeah, enjoying Palia. I'm playing it on PS5 and controls well. Looks gorgeous. Enjoying it. Enjoying it. What else we got here? Oh, I mean, I'm sure you can predict what I'm going to say about this next one. Monster Train 2 is out, and to my surprise, yeah, it's on Game Pass, and I had no idea it was coming to Game Pass. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, damn, there goes my life."
Yeah, it's a nice little bonus.
I'm trying my best to resist playing it because I know I'm just going to get absolutely sucked in. But I played two runs. I want to say I played two runs. And yeah, I mean, if you liked Monster Train 1, yeah, I think you're going to love Monster Train 2. Cannot recommend Monster Train 1 enough, so I would play that first, as this game definitely seems a little bit more complex. They've definitely added some layers, but they've kept the core gameplay the same, which is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted more of the same, just more content. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it so far. I need to dive in more, though. I know Monster Train 1 so well that I can play it like rapid fire. I don't even have to think about my next move. I can see ahead. It's like playing chess. Monster Train 2, after only 2 runs, I'm still going like, all right, what would make the most sense here? I'm still taking my time and learning how it all works. So, but yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. Fans of Slay the Spire, play it. But play the first one first. I would highly recommend the first one first. So I'll probably have more to say on Monster Train 2 down the road once I spend more time with it. Next up, this one's funny. I want to hear your reaction when you see it on screen.
All right. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah. So I don't know if Typing of the Dead Overkill is a recent release or if it's a. I don't know when it came out. It's not the original Typing of the Dead. It's got that Overkill license. I think they did that on Wii. The Overkill, like the House of the Dead Overkill.
That was a Wii game.
Wii game, yeah. So like lots of swearing and just kind of crude humor and stuff like that. But in this case, it's Typing of the Dead, and man, is it fun! It's so fun. The one thing I will say though is that the levels are too long.
It was going for like a grindhouse movie kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the levels are too long. It gets a little tiring. Like it's one of those games where I'll pop in for one level and then I'll pop out and come back another day. But it's just so funny. Just the feeling of every time you hit a key in the correct order and it's a bullet hitting the zombie. Like it's just it's so ludicrous, but it's so fun. Absolutely love it. But yeah, the levels are too long.
Do they have the keyboards like strapped to them like they did in the original Typing of the Dead?
Not that I've noticed. But I'm so concentrated on the words that are appearing on screen that I haven't really like stared at the art as much. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case though. They definitely don't all have a keyboard attached to them. Some of them might though. But yeah, super fun. Super fun. So I'm going to get back to that. What else I got here? Oh, we've talked about this one before. So Tetris Forever. I've had it sitting there waiting for me to play it. And I've just decided now was the time. And I went straight for Tetris Bombless because that one looked so unique to me. Like I'm a huge Tetris fan. So I was like, I've never seen this before. So this is a screenshot from the game. So as you can see, it looks like regular Tetris, but those little pink blobs, if you get 4 of them in a square, so like these ones here, if you manage to get a pink one here, it turns into a bomb like this one. And if you clear a line or a row, I should say, then it explodes that bomb. It explodes the little ones too, but the little ones only explode this way on the same line that they're on. So they don't really do anything. unless there's one of these to ignite it from. So like if this pink one was here and it cleared this line, it would go boom, 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 and then it just sets off a huge chain reaction. Sometimes, like if you have the screen 75% filled, you're just desperately trying to find a way to get a bomb to blow up, and then it just clears the screen. It's really fun.
Yeah, I haven't played Tetris
I
since like the 90s, so I don't remember it too well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never played it. The only Tetrises I've ever played were the original NES Tetris, the Game Boy original Tetris. I probably played Tetris Attack. Not much, but I'm sure I played it. I think that's it.
What about
I think I may have played
Tetris
Tetris
on the
Effect,
N64?
but that. Oh god, that game's bad. I hated that game. I definitely played it. I think it was a rental.
I liked it.
Oh, it was so disorienting for me. I just couldn't handle it.
It was
not in this
definitely
collection,
disorienting.
though, I don't think. Yeah. So I plan on going through the whole Tetris library that's on here just to see how they all feel. But I really wanted to play this one, so that's the only one I've played so far out of the collection. But it's fun. Okay, next game. SteamWorld Heist 2. We talked about this one recently on... Oh, no, I think it was a game on Screenshot Scope, if I remember correctly, maybe.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah, the first game. Yeah, and it's it plays pretty much exactly the same as the first game. You know, it's a side-scrolling tactical game where you can like bounce your bullets off of various surfaces, and there's different classes, and you upgrade your weapons and you upgrade your skills and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm really enjoying this one, so I'm going to continue to sink time into it. If you're a tactics fan, I definitely check it out. I'd probably check out the first one first, though. This one plays similarly, but I think the first one, there is a little bit of story. I don't think story is really like the kingpin or by any stretch of the imagination in these games. But I would play the first one just because it sets you up for a lot of the mechanics and stuff in this game. This game still teaches you those mechanics, but they're kind of like hardened into you if you've played the first one. So I would play the first one. But I'm enjoying it. Let's see, what else do I got? This one, I love the name of this one. I don't know if you've heard of this one.
Is this game trying to kill me? No, I haven't heard of this.
You haven't played Inception either. So play Inception. First of all, and everybody out there, if you haven't played Inception, don't go look up anything about it. As I said before, it's a game that you want to go play with your blinders on. Just go play it. Just trust me on that. It's a crazy experience. It just will suck you in. Don't give up. I almost gave up, and I man, what I would have missed had I given up, because it's not a super easy game. You gotta devote yourself to it. But this game is kind of similar to that game, but in a different way. It's a much simpler way. The game's basically an escape room type of simulator. You wake up in this house and in 3D first person. And there's a bunch of like weird stuff on the walls, and there's this guy who pokes his head through the window of the cabin and threatens to kill you, but he says if you can work your way through the puzzles that I've laid out for you, then you'll be rewarded with riches, something like that. And then what you find is there's a computer in the middle of the room, which you can see in this screenshot here, and you can actually play it, and it's a 2D top-down kind of like adventure game where you're walking around solving puzzles. Pretty much that's it. Actually, solving puzzles. It's a puzzle solving simulator basically. But the stuff that's happening in that game can also reflect in the cabin that you're in. So there's this constant switching between first person mode, walking around the 3D cabin, and going into this 2D video game, and changes that you make in the cabin and in the game reflect in the opposite realm. So it's all about puzzle solving and kind of realizing what those changes are, and it's very, very fun. But again, if you're not an escape room type person, I would just avoid it, because that's essentially what the game is. It's just like a long series of puzzles and weirdness, and it's just one giant escape room. It's really fun. I enjoy it. But I'm a person who really loves escape rooms and puzzles. So no combat in the game. I know it might look like it, but that's not the case. Oh yeah, and obviously because of the title of the game, if you die in the little TV, you die in the cabin too. Something reflects
if you
how
die
you
in the game, you die in the game.
Yeah, if you die in the game, you die in the game. Exactly. Yeah, so you can see like spikes on the floor there on the TV. Like if you get hit by those spikes, then spikes either like fall from the ceiling, or you get shot by like an arrow, or like it's interesting. Very cool game. All right, so that's it for the full games that I'm playing. Can you imagine if there was like an
Indiana Jones trap hallway where there were arrows in the ground and instead spikes came shooting out of the walls, just for variety's sake?
I mean, I would be terrified. There's a sale going on. I just got notified of. That's always fun. Okay, yeah. So that's all the full games that I've been playing. So I'll get into 4 demos that I've played to kind of give my impressions. To my understanding, 3 of these games are not out yet, or just came out, and one of them has been out for a while. So the first one is Blades of Fire, which we've talked about on the show before. This is the third-person action game where you're crafting and forging your weapons to use. So I think it has promise based on the demo. I got to do combat. I got to do some forging. Some of it just seems a little bit obtuse. Like it just seems a little complicated, and it doesn't really explain everything that it needs to explain. When it comes to the forging, and also when it comes to the combat. So the combat is the weirdest part, because it's both good and confusing. So it's good in the way that, for me, melee combat in games is really hard to nail down. You have to be able to feel the impact. In so many games, melee combat just feels like you're just swaying and hitting air, even though you're hitting an enemy.
Swinging a thing in front of you.
Yeah, no feedback, right? This game gets that right. Whenever you land a hit, you know you landed a hit. And it's kind of Soulsy in that sense. You have to, it's not just go out and hack and slash. You got to kind of like watch the animations, and, they're going to dodge. They dodge very well. So you got to make sure that you attack at the right times. It's very good. But the controls are weird. So, and I don't understand why they're this way. The attacks are relegated to the 4 face buttons on a controller. So obviously I played this on Xbox controller. Yeah. So like the X button, it's a side swipe from the left. The A button is a side swipe from the right. The A button is an upward slash, and the Y is like a downward slash. And it never really explains to you why that's important. When this guy was blocking, and he was blocking like this, so he had his like weapon out like this when he was blocking. So I'm like, okay, does that mean I have to like come over from the side because he's blocking me here? If I come down, he's just going to block it, or if I come down here, he's going to block it. And so I went from the side, and he still blocked it. But he still blocked it. And I was like,
that is making less sense.
Right? So I was like, so am I supposed to go in the direction? Because maybe my blade like breaks his weapon if I do that. And that didn't work either. And I was like, okay. So then on top of the 4 face button attacks, you can also hold each face button, and it does like a stronger attack, but it's a slower. It's like a heavy attack, right? So it kind of puts you in danger.
Like a charge attack.
And they know, like the AI is smart enough to know. Yeah, like, but the AI is smart enough to know, like, you can't just willy nilly be like, all right, I'm doing a heavy attack, because they'll see that you're charging up for one, and they'll use a quick attack and stop your animation by hitting you, right? So you have to time it right to do that, and that seems to work against people that block. But what is the point of having different directions if, like, I just, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why can't I just swing my weapon, since the direction doesn't seem to matter all that much? The only thing that it did matter on was that the blades that you create have they degrade over time, and you actually have a meter that shows each side of the blade, and it dulls based on where, like, how often you hit on that side. So in that sense, it makes sense to do that, because it's like, it's going to do more damage if I swipe them from this side of the blade, so I'm going to use this side. So maybe that's the point, but it just doesn't feel perfect. And I was so desperately wanting it to feel more intuitive, you know? The acting is terrible. It's awful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's pretty bad. The story is kind of just there. The game kind of feels like a tech demo with some wrappings around it. Yeah. You know, where it's like, oh, we got this cool tech where you can create your own weapon and all this kind of stuff, and they're like, let's wrap something around that. So, I don't really know how to feel about it. I feel like this game's not going to do well, and it's probably going to be in the bargain bin very quickly. So, I don't know. Not impressed. The idea seems better than the execution to me. It just didn't feel right. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it does. Spoiler alert: it is in the Metacritic Check-In later on. So we'll see how it does. How it's doing. All right. Next up, I'm trying to move through these as quickly as I can, but with you know, we have time, but I'm trying to cruise. Mm-hmm. Cairn or Karen. I think it's Karen is how you say it. Karen. I'm pretty sure. But this is the mountain climbing. Yeah, this is the mountain climbing game. Oh man. The day this comes out, I'm gonna disappear. I love this game. There's something about this game that is so satisfying. The climbing is so satisfying.
That good, huh?
I played Jusant, I think is how you say it, because it was on Game Pass. That was from, who made that game? I think it was Striking Distance Studios. Who made Jusant? Let's see. Was it Striking Distance? Oh no, it was Don't Nod. It was Don't Nod, the Life is Strange guys. That was a similar idea, but executed differently. I'm trying to remember what the controls were like in that game. Oh, so in that game, how you climbed, it was a mountain climbing game too. In that game, I believe, if I remember correctly, the triggers were your hands. So when you would reach up and grab something with your right hand, you'd have to hit the right trigger and hold it down to keep your grip on that rock, and then you let go of the left trigger to let go of your left hand, and then you move your left hand up to where you want to put it, and then hold the left trigger down. So you never want to let go of those triggers while you're climbing, because you're going to fall instantly. So it was this constant battle, right. And they would constantly intermix new scenarios and new gear and all this other kinds of things to make it feel fresh the whole time. And I loved Jusant. I thought it was a great game. Highly recommend it. Go play it. If you're that kind of person. Again, this is not a game with action. This is not a game with, there's no shooting, there's no combat. It's just climbing. It's the challenge of climbing, navigating walls, navigating the world, learning about the world as well, etc., so on and so forth. So it's very fun. And Karen, I'm going to say Karen, has a similar style, except you control all 4 limbs instead of just your arms. I'm pretty sure that Jusant you didn't control your legs. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you didn't.
So it's like what was that fucking game? Octodad.
Yes, but you control them one at a time. So you stand up next to a wall and you hit the climb button, which is, it just initiates you into climbing mode, basically. And it picks the one of your 4 limbs that makes the most sense to use. You can switch to a manual mode where you can switch between the limbs however you want, but the default mode is it will automatically choose the one that makes the most sense based on your current balance. So it'll usually choose one of your arms. You reach up, you grab you place basically your arm like kind of like this, and you're like, okay, that makes the most sense. You let it go, and it will grab on to whatever's there, assuming there's something there. And then it will switch to the next limb, and then you position that limb wherever you're going to position it. You press the button, and then it switches to the next limb. And so you're basically like always trying to find the next great foothold or grip hold, depending on if you're controlling your arms or your legs. But then there's certain situations where it's like, ooh, there's no ledge. How am I going to get up here? And it's like you kind of gotta find a way to balance, because the whole system is all about balance. It's about how much weight load each limb is carrying, and if one of the limbs is carrying too much of your weight, either you'll instantly fall, or you'll start to see that limb start to shake because you're losing grip, and that's kind of like an indicator of, oh, okay, that's not good, and so you got to reposition to try and rebalance that weight distribution between your 4 limbs. But sometimes you can kind of like position it so that one of those limbs is weak, but you can do a quick move where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do a quick switch, and then you kind of just do this like balancing act of like, okay, am I good now? Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. Okay, Groovesfaba. And then you got to think a bit and go, all right, now which limb is going to go where next? So it's practically a puzzle of how you're going to scale these cliffs, and it's not a linear experience. They're at each sort of dependent. You can go in different directions up this mountain, right? So there's all kinds of different walls with different shapes, different handholds, different situations. So there's you could potentially replay this game, several times with different wall experiences. You also have what do they call them? Pitons, the things that you can
different wall experiences.
Put them in the wall.
Sorry, that combination of words is. Oh man!
Hey, I give people
multiple wall experiences.
Hey, now I know how they feel when they're doing these presentations, trying to get across the feeling of their game. It's tough. Yeah, you have pitons that you can put in the wall. So like every so often, you kind of want to put one of those pitons in to the wall. In order to do that, there's like a quick mini game to put it into the wall, and if you do it perfectly, I think it will handle several falls. So if you fall, you'll get caught by that section of the wall and be able to start from there instead of falling all the way to your death. But if you don't nail that minigame perfectly, then it will only catch you one time, and you only have a certain amount of those pitons or pitons, however you say that word, available. So it's not like a limitless resource. You have to figure out, is this a good time to use it? Probably a good time to use it, And every time you get up to a cliff edge where you can rest, it's always just like this. It's like a feeling of accomplishment and relief. And then you look ahead and you're like, oh yeah, got to go up some more. All right, cool. So I'm really enjoying it. I hope that it has more variety in terms of its gameplay, because right now it's just control the 4 limbs and you have some pittance. And that's basically it. Oh, and you have to manage your food, your water, and your rest. I think there's a rest one, so you have to sleep every so often too. So you have to, like, every so often you have
Can
to
you
search
imagine trying
for
to take
water.
a sandwich break when you're hanging off the side of a mountain?
Yeah, you have to do it in the game because sometimes your meter will be, it'll be depleting, and you'll be like, yeah, I gotta eat. I gotta eat, bro. So you know, put a piton or a piton in the wall, and then you take a break and break out a sandwich. It's pretty cool. It's yeah, like I'm I don't know what it is about these climbing games, man, but I'm super into it. So I cannot wait for so Karen, I don't believe is out yet. But I can't wait for it to be out because I do want to play that game very much so. And it kind of makes me want to replay Jusant. So I just love these kind of games. All right, I've spent enough time gushing over Karen. Still got 2 games to talk about, which not a whole lot to talk about in these next two demos, but I did want to bring them up. Starting with Starship Simulator, which blew me away. So this was only a tech demo. This was not a full game demonstration. This was a tech demo. So if you're a Star Trek fan, good lord, this is your fantasy. This is your fantasy. So I'm assuming it's meant to be multiplayer, because, or maybe they're going to introduce AI crew. I'm not sure, but at the moment you go on the ship and you're alone. There's nobody else on the ship, and the ship's huge. It's a like 1-to-1 recreation of like a Star Trek ship. So there's crew quarters, there's an engineering, there's a bridge, there's hallways galore, there's crew quarters, there's like everything you can think of from a Star Trek ship is like on these ships. Half of it was not complete. So like a lot of the rooms were just like an empty canvas with nothing in them. The tech demo was specifically for 2 stations, engineering and navigation. So I navigated the ship like using the scanners and helm and all that kind of stuff. That was pretty cool. It's super in depth. You can scan at various levels like you would in Star Trek on the TV show. Like, we can't scan beyond this range because they're too far away. So you can only scan within this system, and we can only get so much information at this level of distance. And at this distance, you can't scan at all. Like, it's got all those like super nerdy details in there. And then the engineering stuff, dude, the whole ship is like wired together, and there's panels on all these walls that actually work. They actually do things. So part of the demo is it walks you through starting up the ship from square one. So the ship is just off, nothing's on, and it walks you through this whole like ignition process of starting up the engine, diverting power to all the decks, all this kind of stuff. It took me like half an hour to start the ship, and I was like, "This is
honestly
sick."
I kind of like the sound of this as a single player experience. This almost feels like
there's no crew.
It's like that episode of TNG where Beverly Crusher was in that pocket dimension where she was the only person
she had to
on the Enterprise,
do the whole ship.
It's like, let's turn that.
Yeah,
and
7 of 9 had to do that on Voyager too.
Oh wow, she's like, computer, what is the size of the universe? And the computer's like, the universe consists of the USS Enterprise. And she's like, computer, how can
oh yeah, I love that episode.
Be true? Yeah, it was a good one.
So good. Yeah. So I assume that it's supposed to be a multiplayer. So you have someone in engineering, you have someone at helm, you have a captain, you have a scanner, you have a tactical officer, all this kind of stuff. I assume that's the point of it. It was only a tech demo, so there was no AI. It was the whole ship's empty. But I can see, like, if they complete this and it becomes a multiplayer game or a single player game with AI controlling the whole ship, and you're the captain, and you command everybody and tell everybody what to do, or you pick a station and you're a member of that crew. Like, it's so cool. And like, and this is one of those games. I think we were talking about Bridge Commander, the VR game. I'm like, if this was in VR,
we were talking about that
holy crap! Like, damn. Yeah.
Do not show this game
super impressive
to the fucking oh god, what's that fucking game called? The one that's been in development for like 1 million years.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Star Citizen.
Star Citizen, yeah. Don't show this to the Star Citizen people, because they'll be like, "Oh, we need to make another module for this." Yeah. Although I think this kind of stuff is already in the game to some degree, but the game that's still being made after like a decade.
The scam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I thought, again, it was just a tech demo. It wasn't a video game demo. It was just sort of showing their progress and how they're designing the game. It was very impressive. Very cool stuff. Yeah. So that's that. And then the last game I played, I thought would just be fun to talk about because of the game that it reminded me of, and it clearly takes inspiration from. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I have. I've never played it though.
Yeah. So it is very much a ode to fear.
Right. Okay.
Like, very, like, besides the horror, I don't think there was really any horror in it that I could find, but like the gameplay, slowing down time, just obliterating guys in slow-mo, and just, it's so satisfying. Your guy can also cloak temporarily. But yeah, super fear-like.
So
just with
you're
no
telling
horror.
me that you have invisible time?
Yes. Well, no. So when you go invisible, you can't slow down time. If you do, you uncloak instantly. Just like if you shoot, you uncloak. So the cloak is meant to like get around quietly and then appear behind people. Because you can come up behind people and do one of these, and then like use them as a shield.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
I guess you wouldn't really need the bullet time.
It's definitely not like a
bullet time is for when you're spotted and need to shoot.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about it was the first enemy you face, the first boss you face is just a bullet sponge that makes absolutely no sense. He's basically just a commander, but like you can go up in slow-mo and like shotgun him in the face, and he takes like 18 of those shots, and it's just like, okay, guys, this makes no sense. This is stupid. But it's mindless fun.
If you want a shooter that feels like fear, go play Sulaco, which I believe they also have a demo for.
Yeah, I think I have seen that before, but I will add it to my list because I definitely want to go still spam demos. I'm sure I haven't dug everything out of the pile yet that I want to play. And that's it, as they say. I have lots of games left to play, so I will continue to share my PC gaming journey as I go forward. Yeah. So let's move on. We have no letter this week, so let's move on right into the news. Actually, no, sorry. Metacritic Check-In. Metacritic Check-In. All right. So the Precinct has updated stats. At least I believe they're updated. So it's sitting at a 66 now from critics and a 71 from users. So not terribly great. Okay, From what I understand, the main complaint is that it gets repetitive. I haven't played it enough yet to know. Again, I have a pile of games now, so I'm just like trying to navigate which ones I want to play. And Precinct is still sitting there. I haven't gotten more into it yet. What else we got? Doom: The Dark Ages has updated statistics here, sitting at an 85 for critics and a 79 from users.
Yeah, that about lines
I think
up
it still
with what I've been
continues to
hearing from
be.
people.
Yeah, it's kind of polarizing. Some people are all over it, and some people are like, I like Eternal better. So I think it's just so different that that's why it's polarizing. So I still plan on playing that. It's on my gigantic list of games to play again. So we'll see in the future what I think about that one. The DLC for Sea of Stars is out. This is just sort of preliminary reviews. The DLC is called Throes of the Watchmaker, and it's sitting at an 89. So far, doing great.
Yeah. So far, so good.
I believe it's free as well, which definitely helps. I want to play it. The problem is that I'm so far removed from Sea of Stars at this point that getting back into it, like if it was like a standalone thing, you know, I could do that, but like, and anybody who's played an RPG knows that if you play an RPG for 80 hours and then you take like a 7-month break and come back, you're going to be so lost in terms of combat
you're lost.
and everything. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about that. I don't because I don't really want to replay it yet. I kind of wanted to wait until an inevitable sequel to replay it. So maybe that's what I'll just continue to do, and then at that time I'll do the DLC. So, but highly recommend Sea of Stars for anybody, any RPG fans, especially those who liked Chrono Trigger. Roadcraft is out. Roadcraft is a game that you were very interested in when they showed it off for the first time.
Yeah, that did come out.
Yeah, so it's sitting at a 77 from critics and an 85 from users.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's doing well. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it's kind of like one of those like construction simulator type games, but it takes place after a disaster has occurred, or maybe various disasters in the game, and you're coming in to clean it all up and repair everything, basically. So like a hurricane goes through, and you're the cleanup crew. You're the guys who goes in and fixes roads and downed power lines and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, I gotta check and see
not my
if
kind
that's
of game.
Got a demo.
I don't know.
Let's see here.
Came out 3 days ago.
Looking at the Steam page, it doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate.
No. Not yet, anyway.
I mean,
I bet you it'll come to Game Pass
with a demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want there to be a demo.
Yeah. All right. Monster Train True 2. Jeez. Monster Train True is out, as I mentioned earlier.
You'll get it.
It's sitting at an 89 from critics. You know, unsurprisingly. So no user score as of yet. It's too new. It only came out like 48 hours ago. Deliver at All Costs is also out. Critics sitting at a 68. Not great.
Ooh.
This is that delivery game that's kind of like a top-down view. Almost kind of like, what was that game that we always reference from David Jaffe?
Oh,
that little
Calling
car
Our
game.
Cars.
Calling Our Cars. It kind of looks similar to that idea, but it's kind of like a Crazy Taxi almost kind of thing where you're delivering stuff. So,
yeah, it sounds like it's getting rated about the same.
Fine. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown is also out, sitting at a 76 from critics. This is the tactics-based, or I think it's a sort of a tactics and turn-based strategy experience. I don't know a whole lot about it, but sitting at a 76, so not too bad. Let me see if I can find some footage here. Tactical Takedown. Yeah, it looks grid-based. Yeah, it's a grid-based tactics game, which means I won't be good at it.
Yeah, let me take a look at this.
I'm not good at those games.
Interesting. Weird. It looks like it has almost like the art style from the 2003 cartoon, which is fine. I actually really like that show, but like I'm wondering why they would go for like it's not exactly the same, but it looks very influenced by it. I don't know.
Yeah, you'd think they would go with the Mutant Mayhem look, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know about a tactical TMNT game. That's I mean, it's not that it couldn't be done. Like there are plenty of great grid-based tactical games that are melee focused. Like there's Tactics Ogre, there's Final Fantasy Tactics, there's Disgaea, all great games. But
Metal
like
Slug Tactics.
this, yeah, but that game has guns in it because it's Metal Slug.
Yeah,
true. I'm talking about games that are mostly melee combat focused. Yeah, I mean whatever. It's not the first, second, or even third choice for genre that I would do for a Ninja Turtles game. I kind of figured like Konami had this shit figured out, 30 plus years ago with the arcade beat 'em up. It seems like kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they've been plenty of those and they want to try something different. That's fine. It's just not what I would expect out of this.
It's certainly a niche genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Blades of Fire is out. This one is weird. So it's sitting at a 75 from critics, but a 96 from users, which is odd.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
It's very polarizing by the looks of it. IGN gave it a 5. So it's very all over the place.
Yeah, but oh my god, do I even need to go into how I feel about IGN's ratings?
No.
How many times do I have to bring up God Hand?
Yeah. IGN Spain gave it an 8 though. So there's a huge divergence in opinions on this game.
Yeah, okay. So it sounds like if this is your type of game, you'll really like it, and if it's not, then
yeah, we'll see. I'll keep an eye on that one because Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon, sitting at an 80.
Okay,
I've heard about this game, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I think it's a RPG.
Well, let's take a little look-see.
Yeah, I think it's like an action RPG or something.
Yeah, it looks like a first-person action RPG.
It's a Skyrim-like. By the looks of it.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Is this like an open-world game, or is it...
Yeah.
Or is it's open world. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't. There's something special about this game that I just can't remember what it was like. What was the big deal about this game? It looks like is this the? I think it may have been a tabletop game.
Oh, that got turned into a video game. Yeah.
Yeah, Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon came out in 2019. It's a 1 to 4 player tabletop RPG. Oh, geez, an expensive one too. It's $173. Canadian, I think. I'll have to look into that. You never know. And finally, the remaster of Onimusha 2 is out. Sitting at a 76.
Oh, okay. That's probably about where the original game got rated, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the news. I got ahead of myself just a little bit. All right, starting with, everybody's favorite jackass in the
oh boy,
in the gaming space.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
Randy
it's
Pitchford.
Fucking Randy.
All right, the article reads as follows. Again,
can I just take a moment to speak?
Take a moment.
I'd like to address. I'd like to address Randy directly. Randall, my good man, shut the fuck up. All right, just shut the fuck up. Okay, you haven't said or done anything stupid for a while, so just keep not saying or doing anything stupid for a little while longer, because you got a new game coming out and you don't want to get bad PR right before you're about to launch a big title. Just shut up.
Too late.
Just shut up, man. Just shut the fuck up, please. Just I don't give a shit about Borderlands. No skin off my back, but for the sake of like for your own sake and the sake of all the people who work for you, just shut the fuck up. Do not give people a reason to not buy this game. You do this every single time. Just a new game, one of your new games comes out and you got to come out and say something fucking stupid in an interview. Just shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Moment over. You can address the story.
Okay. Article reads, outspoken Gearbox chief Randy Pitchford has responded to a fan over Twitter who expressed concern about the prospect of paying $80 USD for Borderlands 4, saying, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Ooh. The video game industry has made the jump to $80, first with Nintendo and Mario Kart World, then with Microsoft and its price hike announcement that will kick in this holiday season. Could Borderlands 4 follow suit? Publisher 2K Games and parent company Take-Two have so far remained vague on whether they will go to $80, and Randy Pitchford has insisted the decision is out of his control. But responding to one concerned fan on social media, Pitchford set the cat among the pigeons by saying that if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Here's the exchange. Quote, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. You're the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. Here's Randy Pitchford's response. A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage in an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach. Pismo Beach? Don't know. And I found a way to make it happen. As you'd expect, Pitchford's comment has sparked a a bad response. Quote, LMAO, CEO said, real fan, wooey, in this economy. Wow, that's probably a bad take. Cost of living crisis, and you're just going to say if you're a real fan? Damn. What an elitist, out-of-touch response. His solution of just buy it, you know you will. Is this how you treat loyal customers? You should have just left that response at, not my call, and kept the gaslighting out of your response. Last week, during a PAX East panel, Pitchford insisted that he didn't know the Borderlands 4 price, but refused to rule out $80. Quote, I'll tell you the truth, I don't know. That's the truth. I'll hit it on straight. It's an interesting time. On one level, we've got a competitive marketplace where the people that make those choices want to sell as many units as possible, and they want to be careful about people that are price sensitive. There are some folks who don't want to see prices go up, even the ones deciding what the prices are. There's other folks accepting the reality that game budgets are increasing, and there's tariffs for the retail packaging. It's getting gnarly out there, you guys. Borderlands 4 has more than twice the development budget than Borderlands 3 did. More than twice. So the truth is, I don't know what the price is going to be. So, you know, he in some cases, he's not wrong. I don't think it's his call. he's the CEO of Gearbox. He's not the CEO of was it Take-Two?
He's definitely not wrong. Like it is.
No.
Prices are going up across the board. Nobody is saying that he's wrong about the prices of everything going up.
No.
The problem is his fucking whatever attitude towards it. Like, dude, come the fuck on.
Exactly.
Like,
read the room.
He even brings up the tariffs thing. It's like, yeah, those tariffs aren't just affecting your game either. They're affecting everything. So people have even less money to spend right now on leisure products. Last thing you want to do is piss people off and incentivize them to not buy your game, which is why I say, just shut the fuck up.
Yep. And it's just so tone deaf coming from a millionaire. You know, it's like, of course you don't get it. You're sitting up there in your penthouse, you know, enjoying life, not worrying about money. And it's
just a banana. What could it
I don't know how
possibly
Take-Two
cost?
doesn't like look at him and go like, yeah. Take-Two should really like look at him and be like, dude, you like you're no longer in social media. You just need to shut up now.
Yeah,
you're done.
We got to put a muzzle on you.
Yeah. Or fire him. Here's an idea. He's only been a problem like 18 times, but we keep him around.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know if they can fire him, and also like since he is one of the founders of Gearbox, I do not want the publisher to have the ability to fire him, because I don't think it should be that easy to fire somebody from a company that they started just because they put their foot in their mouth publicly. I mean, the guy's a jackass for sure.
But isn't Gearbox owned by them though? Like,
yeah, Gearbox is owned by Take-Two, but like it's already.
I mean, he chose to sell it to him, right?
Well, I don't know exactly what the terms of that deal are, but I think it should be harder for publishers to get rid of employees rather than easier. And if that means that a jackass like Randy Pitchford has an easier time keeping his job, then so be it. Because for every Randy that they keep around, there'd be hundreds of decent people that they would keep around if it was harder for them to fire people rather than easier. So no, I don't think they should fire him, but I do think they should sit him down and say, Randy, shut the fuck up. You're not helping.
I'm sure they have. Like he's done this a million times. Like I'm sure they have, or they don't care. One of the two. Maybe they just don't give a shit. It's not like they're hard up for money.
They probably don't care.
So maybe they just don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. This one kind of surprised me, but also didn't. PlayStation Star's loyalty program is being shut down. Quote, Sony has announced an end to its PlayStation Stars loyalty program less than 3 years after its launch. The reward program no longer accepts new members as of today, and anyone leaving their membership now will be unable to rejoin, with reward points permanently deleted upon cancellation. Otherwise, existing members will continue to be able to earn points until July 23rd, 2025, and redeem any remaining balance until November 3rd, 2026. So I never joined this program. I just when I'm on Xbox, there is a rewards program, a loyalty program built in to Game Pass. So as long as you're playing games on Xbox, you're accumulating points automatically. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's just there. And you can go into the store and redeem your points whenever you want to, right on the Xbox. The PlayStation Stars program is an entirely separate website that you have to go to, sign up for, etc., so on and so forth, link it to your PlayStation account. Like, I don't understand why this wasn't just linked, like, software-wise
that's way too much work.
Your PlayStation account. Yeah. And they wonder why it didn't work. Well, nobody wants to go out of their way to sign up for a loyalty program. It's a pain in the ass. No one cares.
Yeah, Nintendo has their coins thing whenever you make a purchase on the eShop. And it's not a
Yeah,
lot,
same thing.
but
Yeah,
like I've 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 managed to
but if you
what's
buy a
nice is
lot of
that
stuff on Nintendo,
yeah, but like the thing is they let you like make up a balance with the equivalent in coins and stuff, so or at least they
hmm,
used to. I don't know if they still do. I haven't bought anything on the eShop for a little while, but last time I used coins, they let you do that kind of stuff. Um, so I see no reason why they would have stopped doing it. Um, and
yeah, I
I've
always
used
use them
that
to
to
make a
like
game cheaper.
yeah, just sort of like take like $5 or $10 off the price or whatever. Because if I've bought like
Yeah,
$200 worth of stuff and then I can I just get them anyway. Why not just
yeah,
make a game a little bit cheaper or
yeah.
get one of those really cheap games for free, basically.
Yep. Um, yeah. So, yeah, Xbox rewards are cool too. They don't apply to make games cheaper. You can use them to pay for Xbox Game Pass, among like several other options to spend them on, as well as buying tickets. Use the points to buy tickets into their sweepstakes, which they do monthly. Like they give out an Xbox Series, they give out a Surface tablet, they give out a gaming PC, they give out. I think the current one is a $2 million sweepstakes. Like so, I just put my points into the sweepstakes. I'm like, sure, throw my name in the hat
Yeah,
for
why
free.
not?
Sure, you never know. If I win, that's pretty sick. So that's what I do on Xbox. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me in the sense that it's failing because again, unless it's built into your system, no one's going to. There's going to be a few people that sign up, but you're not going to get the droves at all. It should just be automatically something
Yeah,
you sign up for when you're a PlayStation Plus member. I don't
yeah.
understand. And maybe that's what they're going to do. Who knows? Alrighty. Avowed is in the news, and it's an interesting thing. The director of Avowed, Carrie Patel, has quit Obsidian just months after its most recent game's launch, Avowed. In an update to her LinkedIn page, Patel revealed she has begun a new job at Night School, the Netflix-owned developer behind Oxenfree. It goes on from there, but interesting change. Work at Obsidian for decades, I believe, and then suddenly jump ship to like an indie studio.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting change. Hmm. So we'll see what she does. I don't know what the Night School team is currently working on. I know they
Yeah,
did
now
Oxenfree
you said
2.
they made a game. Yeah, they made a game for Netflix. Are they owned by Netflix, or are they just that's where
Yeah.
they put out their game?
No.
Okay.
Oh no. So uh, Netflix Game Studios makes games, I believe, for other platforms as well. It's just owned by Netflix. That's all. Like I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Oxenfree 2 came out
So
everywhere.
maybe if it's owned by Netflix, maybe they made her a good offer.
Yeah, it's definitely plausible. Yeah, no, Oxenfree 2 came out on all the consoles and everything. So, oh no, it didn't come out on Xbox, just PS5, Switch, PC, iOS, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. Cool. So, good luck to her. All right, there was a shitload of Warhammer news, so we're going to go through these one at a time here. Starting with Bolt Gun 2 has been revealed and set for launch on PC, PS5, Xbox Series in 2026.
I hope it's better than Bolt Gun 1.
There's also... Yeah, I played a little bit of it and I saw what you meant. It's kind of... It's hard on the eyes. It was
Very
hard on the
maze.
eyes. That's how I would describe it.
Very maze-like, very samey environments. No fucking map.
Yeah. Yeah.
The shooting is fun, and the enemies look really cool.
Yeah.
All the animation stuff is great, and the combat feels like heavy, dense and impactful. But those levels are garbage, and then just ruin the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I played the horde mode that they introduced to it, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, the environments look kind of bad. They also announced a free-to-play bolt gun game called Worlds of Vengeance or Words of Vengeance, which is now on PC on Steam. Don't know what that one is. I think it's a. Is it like a? I think it might be a Typing of the Dead type game.
Oh, maybe.
Words of Vengeance. I gotta look this up. Words of Vengeance. That would be really funny, given.
Oh yeah, it looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. That's so funny. But it looks like bolt gun though. Like it's still just bolt gun. Just with.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, it's free to play. Maybe I'll install that after and check that out. It's so funny. All right.
I can install it right now. Fucking do that shit again.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that shit again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't do that. Not with the internet the way it is right now. That's for sure. You could break us.
Yeah.
What's this one here? Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks has launched into 1.0 out of early access.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just noticed that the typing game supports an AMD Phenom 2. Wow. That is such an old processor.
I was going to say that sounds old.
When was the last time you saw? Can you even run Windows 10 on? I mean, I guess you must be able to because it's part of the requirements. But wow, I haven't seen the name AMD Phenom in a while. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what you were saying.
I don't know what Speed Freaks is. Is it like a racing thing? I don't know. There's so many freaking Warhammer games. It's crazy. Speed Freaks. And it's Freaks with 2 E's and no A. Yeah, it looks like it's a racing game. Of some kind. I can't find like any... There we go. Oh. Is it a... It might be more of like a Twisted Metal. Yeah, it's like a Twisted Metal.
That would make more sense for
in that universe.
Better fit. Yeah.
It looks like Twisted Metal. Cool. What else they announced here? Owlcat also announced its next CRPG, Warhammer 40,000 Dark Heresy, alongside an expansion to Rogue Trader. So there's that. What else they got? They also announced Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Master Crafted Edition, which is basically a remaster of the first Space Marine game. It's coming to PC and Xbox Game Pass on June 10th. I never played the first one, so I'll check that out, because why not?
I played a demo of it, and it was it was fine, I guess.
The demo of 2 was really fun. I really enjoyed that. That's a game that I want to get to at some point. They've also launched Space Marine 2's Horde mode. They've given it a release date, June 26th. It's called Siege. So that'll be fun. Dark Tide is getting a new DLC as well on June 23rd. They're releasing a Dawn of Hammer Definitive Edition remaster. That's the RTS.
Oh, okay.
And More DLC for Warhammer 3 Total War. Jeez, they just keep announcing stuff, man.
Yeah, there's
more expansions for other games.
Video games.
I cannot believe Blood Bowl 3's new season. A mobile turn-based tactics game called Tacticus? Sure, Tacticus. Warp Forge. It's a new faction coming to Warp Forge. I don't know. There's so many games. This list just keeps going. Gladius. Combat cards. Like, it just keeps going. I've never understood why that series is so popular. But boy, is it popular. You want to know how popular it is?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you how popular it is. Warhammer 40,000 Maker Games Workshop is doing so well that it is handing out $27 million USD to its staff as bonus.
Ooh.
The Nottingham
like the
UK company behind the war. Yeah. The Nottingham UK company behind the Warhammer tabletop games and their expansive settings said that for the 52 weeks ending June 1st, 2025, core revenue was £560 million.
Fuck me.
Holy mother of God. I gotta look that up. Yeah.
People really like those big blue shooty men.
Pounds to USD. Let's see. So that's $758 million in United States dollars. Which is 1.03 billion Canadian dollars. Oh my God. That's so much money. Off the back of those huge profits and in recognition of our staff's contribution to these results, Games Workshop is giving employees £20 million. £20 million. Didn't it say... Oh, yeah, there's $27 million.
It said $27 million.
The money will...
So about $20 million.
Dollars, not pounds. Yeah. The money will be paid on an equal basis to each member of its staff, which is estimated to have 1,500 members. If that's accurate, it means each employee is set for an approximately $18,000 bonus.
Ooh. Yeah, all right.
Damn!
That's not bad
That's
at all.
how you treat your employees.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Reinvest your money
happy.
in the company. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. So, good for them. Congrats to them. Congrats to all the employees. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Elden Ring is being made into a movie. A live-action Elden Ring movie is in the works from Ex Machina and Civil War director Alex Garland. They announced on Thursday. No plot details, casting details, release date, or anything like that. However, George R.R. Martin, who helped create the original Elden Ring, is attached as a producer on the movie, as is Vince Gerardis. DNA's Peter Rice will also produce, along with Andrew McDonald and Alan Reich from DNA. There's no word yet on how involved FromSoft or game director Hideki Miyazaki will be. So Ex Machina is an amazing movie. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
You should see that. You would like it. I have not seen Civil War, but I've been told sort of polarizing thoughts on it. Some really liked it, and some thought it was pointless. There was another movie he made. Alex Garland, what did he make?
Annihilation. On the subject of Elden Ring, They crossed 30 million sales.
Nice. Good for them. Yeah, Alex Garland is also responsible for 28 Days Later. His latest movie was Warfare. Came out this year. So, he's got a pretty good pedigree. He could do some crazy stuff. He's never really done fantasy. Medieval fantasy, though. Annihilation was kind of like a sci-fi thing. Warfare, Ex Machina, Civil War, all kind of like modern takes. 28 Days Later, just a zombie film. So he did the Dredd reboot, the Judge Dredd reboot too.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. The Dredd reboot, I like that.
Yeah. So it seems to be in good hands. We'll see, but again, he doesn't really have any like I said, fantasy stuff. He's never really done like this movie's going to require a lot of CGI and a lot of good makeup artists, and like we'll see how that translates.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't necessarily mean he couldn't do it.
No, I'm not saying he can't. It seems a little bit out of his wheelhouse.
Stuff that Peter Jackson directed before the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I can't wait to see a trailer for this, but considering they just announced it, it's probably a good 5 years away. 3 to 5 years, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But that's exciting news. I'm very curious to get your thoughts on this next one. And I don't even know if you heard about it.
The
article
reads, remastered versions of those games.
Mm-hmm. So the article reads, even though Stalker Legends of the Zone Trilogy Enhanced Edition released on May 20th, offering free, fully remastered and optimized upgrades for all owners of the original trilogy, developer GSC Game World has been under siege by a review bomb campaign after players discovered the Russian voice acting and Soviet-era landmarks had quietly been removed. Stalker Legends of the Zone Trilogy Enhanced Edition includes remastered versions of Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat, with upgraded visuals, next-gen console optimizations, and expanded mod support. However, shortly after release, all games plummeted to a mostly negative rating on Steam as players flooded the review section to complain about blurry visuals and register their dismay that the games were now blurry, censored, and revised with added advertisements. One of the reports, quote, "So I own the originals and played them to death. If I get an enhanced edition, I want to be excited when I boot it up to see something different that makes me want to re-engage with the game. This isn't it. The graphics aren't upgraded enough to get excited about. I have mixed feelings about stripping out the Russian references. Honestly, I see the original games as products of their history, and although I understand the sensitivities of the developers, I'm not sure what's to be gained by retconning them. So it's free, so I have nothing to complain about, but it's not a huge step up from the original. And to be honest, if you want an enhanced edition, you can just mod the thing to your heart's content or play Anomaly. I'm not sure what that is. GSC needed to do much more here, and some cosmetic tweaking doesn't cut it.
For the original game.
Gotcha. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. It says, while not formally acknowledging the negative reviews.
I haven't played it yet, so I haven't. Okay. I haven't seen what the changes are for myself, so I don't really have any thoughts on that. I mean, if they're a free upgrade, then there's not really much to complain about. You get what you pay for, and you expect what you paid for. But yeah, like I kind of concur with the review you read. Like, if you want to make the games look better, there have been mods to kit out these games with all sorts of crazy shit for years. Like the modding scene for these games is very, very strong. And they do some crazy shit, and like they were doing some crazy shit a decade ago. So I can only imagine what they've got going on in those games now. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the article continues, while not formally acknowledging the negative reviews, GSC has today posted an update and a patch that it says will fix crashes on unsupported PC hardware and some consoles, address save issues, and repair missing geometry on several levels. Quote, "Stalkers, we care about your feedback and we are working to on fixing the most critical issues. We really want to make your comeback to the zone special." It then said it would continue to work on improving the trilogy. The, quote, "missing geometry," players believe, refers to the missing Soviet relics found across all 3 games. It's not clear if GSC chose or was compelled to revise Soviet iconography, but PC Gamer was able to confirm that the monument sign outside Chernobyl itself, which reads CHAES in the name of I'm guessing that's Roman numeral 6 Lenin, had been deleted. All that was left was the 2 concrete blocks it used to stand on. The update made no explicit mention of missing audio or the blurry textures, but people are responding, they listened! They listened! EE still has some issues, but god damn it, so glad they actually work on fixing the game and don't ignore feedback. That's a million times better solution than just removing it without a trace. That's both applauding the current decommunization efforts while not censoring anything that existed before it. This is a good first step. Hopefully we see some other fixes to notable things like the popular blur issue and items not appearing in marked stashes. So, yeah.
A Stalker game has technical issues at launch. What a fucking shock.
Yeah, taking out the Russian stuff, though, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I get that they obviously have some personal grief with Russia for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But to remove it from your old game, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of like revisionist history a little bit.
Kind of. It's a little bit revisionist, but like they're pissed, and I understand that they're pissed because there are people in the credits for Stalker 2 who have a little dagger next to their name indicating that they have since died in the war. So they're not happy about this. So I can understand why they'd be pissed and they'd remove Soviet era shit in there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. We're talking about Marathon again.
Oh, God.
The article reads, as Destiny 2 developer Bungie scrambles to recover its reputation after yet another independent artist accused the studio of lifting their artwork in Marathon, the community around the developer is wondering what's next.
One.
No. This is the one that we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Last week's accusation prompted an immediate investigation and acknowledgement from the studio that a former Bungie artist had indeed used Fern Hook's work without compensation or credit. Then on Friday night, Marathon game director Joe Ziegler and art director Joe Cross apologized on a painfully uncomfortable live stream that featured no Marathon art or footage at all, as the team was still scrubbing all of our assets to make sure that we were being respectful of the situation. Since then, players have been trying to untangle who the, quote, former artist is, if there even is one, as some are wondering. With some reported they just feel hollow. Others, I can't speak today. Others wonder whether Marathon can still succeed at all and what a flop would mean for the storied studio. The game went from mixed and negative reception. Man. Reset. The game went from mixed negative reception to plagiarism will make me God. 4 months from launch in the eyes of the larger gaming community. If they don't delay it, it's 100% dead on arrival. If the game does in fact die, I'm falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. If the game does in fact die, we're talking over $100 million lost, probably a gross underestimate for a AAA game studio. So yeah, it's really bad. Make no mistake, this is an existential struggle for Bungie at this point. The quotes go on from there. This is just all player feedback and concerned citizens, basically, essentially, and stockholders. There is a piece of information in here, though. Where was it? There we go. Quote, for any Bungie employees checking in here, please remember that you have millions of fans that want to see Marathon succeed, added someone. However, Forbes now claims that the studio is in chaos, with morale at the studio in free fall. So I went back and looked at the assets that this artist claimed were stolen, and Yeah, it's bad. They're like all.
It's that bad, huh?
They're all over. They're all over everything. That like, you remember? Do you remember how the marathon logo like kind of like like it appears like kind of funky? They can't even play that because it has artwork from this guy. Like everything they've used has something in it from this guy.
Oh my god. Do you have like a web link that'll show me what was taken so I can look at it myself, or no?
I do not. No, I didn't keep that article because I'd read it last week. But yeah,
do you know where
there was images and they were showing it was on IGN.
Okay. Let's
see if I can find it here. Here, I'll see if I can. Here, I'll bring it up on the view screen here.
Oh, okay. Show it all for everyone to see.
So we're gonna get a blip here for a second. Okay. So this here is the piece of art that the guy made, and you can see.
Oh no!
Multiple places where that asset is used.
That's really blatant. Oh no!
Yeah, like constant, like that's just one of them. That's just one of the easier ones that I was able to scrounge up. Here's another one. So again, this is his artwork.
Ooh.
And you can see it.
Oh no! Oh, the iconography there. Oh yeah.
And these are all of like the kind of icons that were used in the logo of Marathon. Like when it's appearing. Like if you go watch that Marathon like gameplay overview that was like 15 minutes long or whatever, this stuff is like all throughout the trailer. Like, so I can understand why they would feel like they're in free fall right now, because it's like there's so much that they have to go through and find, like, because especially considering how small these things are, all it's going to take is them missing one thing, and that artist can go after them. And these are such small assets that it's like, oops.
So I hadn't seen any of this stuff, and I thought, oh, maybe it'll just look like it, and they'll just do it to save their asses. No, this is 1-to-1. They just lifted that shit directly. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
So I believe that studio is in chaos and free fall right now, because that's not good. Mm-hmm. That's some bad stuff.
Oh, they're gonna have to do a full audit of all those assets. That would damage my morale as well.
By the way, those images that I shared were from the artist. He created those to show the comparisons. So yeah, not good.
Yeah, I know. I've done that before when I've found people like tracing artwork and trying to pass it off their own. I've done the thing where I show the two pieces and then like circle in line and show exactly what was copied 1-to-1. So yeah. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I really hope for Bungie's sake that they're not lying about it being a former artist, because if that's just a convenient excuse for if they're lying, if that's just we got caught and we need to save face.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, I mean, it's bad either way, but I really hope for their sake that they're telling the truth, that it was just a former like artist on contract or some shit, because that's really blatant. I would want to know the name of that person, so that like if I was in the industry, I'd want to know the name of that person so that I could not hire them.
So we don't hire them somewhere else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like that is a person who needs to have their reputation torched.
Yep. Yeah. I would put money on Bungie being torn apart and dismantled over the next several years. It's not looking
I
good for
mean,
them.
I don't want that to happen, but
I'm not saying I do either, but like,
no, I know.
they keep
Nobody
screwing
wants
up.
that to
They keep
happen.
screwing up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Sony's already done it once, and they've created a whole new team, a whole new studio with Team LFG. Now they're making another live service game, so whether or not that game even succeeds and that studio even exists 10 years from now, I have no idea.
Here's what actually needs to happen is whoever at Sony is making these decisions that we need to put all these massively talented people on fucking live service shooters, that person needs to lose their job. And then Bungie needs to be able to make whatever the fuck they want to make, because if you just give them the keys and say, go nuts, you usually make pretty good games. You know, remember what happened?
That's usually how most of those
the Halo
studios
series. Remember how big that got?
Yeah.
Like, just fucking let them.
I'm kind of curious how many people at Bungie are from Halo, though. Like, what's the percentage of that studio that was around for Halo at this point? You know, that worries me a little bit.
I don't know. Yeah, it's always the question of like, is this, it's air quotes Bungie.
It's been a while since
I remember
Halo.
back on the Super Best Friends podcast, they talked about air quotes BioWare. When talking about BioWare, the studio that made Baldur's Gate. It's like, legally yes, but how many of those people actually
just
worked
like
on
Rare.
Baldur's Gate? Yeah, Rare, BioWare, Bungie. I mean, yeah, and it's not to say that the new people don't have any talent. I mean, look at id Software. None of those people worked on the original Doom, pretty much. I mean, I guess Tim Willits is still there, but he didn't even work on the original Doom. He worked on Doom 2, or one of the expansions. I don't remember exactly, but like John Carmack's not there anymore. John Romero's not there anymore. Tom Hall, Adrian Carmack, like none of those guys are really there anymore. They still made a great Doom game, so it's it's not like it can't be done. It's just it's not exactly the same company.
Soul might be gone
because it's not the same people. Well, or replaced with a new type of soul. I hate that term, but I know what you mean by it. But like,
we sucked the soul out and put out a new one.
Well, here's why that concept of the soul of the studio is kind of relevant to this discussion. It's because Marathon is an old school Bungie game from the early to mid 90s. And this is where like the people who made Halo had their first like huge success was with Marathon, which then went to Oni, which then went to Halo, which exploded. It kind of like this, the current era of Bungie making a Marathon game. Like, I'm not against that, but the fact that it is so obviously not what the original games were about, and is so like in a lot of ways against what the original games were about, it really kind of feels like a little like pissing on the legacy. And I'm sure there's a lot of people at Bungie who didn't want to work on this, who didn't want to say, hey, let's drag out the name of this old thing and use it to give clout to our new thing, but we're probably overruled from on high. But like, damn, man, like Marathon is a game that is so well regarded for its story, and this is just a fucking like a extraction looter shooter. It just leaves it just leaves such a bad taste in the mouth when it's so completely different from what it's allegedly the successor to. I think about this all the time. Like, I think about Marathon several times a week, and I keep looking for something positive to think about, and it keeps not happening. Every time I think about this game, I'm just, oh god, this is going to be such a disaster. I haven't even played the original Marathon games. I respect the artistry of them, and this is Gah. It just leaves such a bad taste in my mouth what they're doing with this.
Yeah, I fear for Bungie right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how it turns out. Good luck to them, though.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm not sure if you heard about this, but I hope you haven't, just so I can see her reaction. Have you heard of WizKids? The company that makes like D&D miniatures. Don't look it up or anything, because I want to show you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So they make D&D miniatures, like the little toys, but they're not toys. They're just miniatures that you use for D&D. So last week they released Baldur's Gate 3 miniatures.
Oh, okay.
Which was obviously super big deal because the characters in that game are super beloved, and that game was obviously huge.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out very well.
I get a feeling I know what's coming out. Yeah. Oh no, here it comes.
Yeah, you ready for this? I have two.
Let's do it.
There's lots of images. I pulled my two favorite ones that were really bad.
Let's do it.
So here's one.
The anticipation. Oh no! Oh god! Oh, this looks like that painting of Jesus that crazy lady painted over. Oh god! That is mortifying. That looks like a fucking AI generated image where you stopped the AI halfway through generating it. Holy shit! No! What the fuck is that? How?
Yeah. I don't even know what character it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Shadowheart. Yeah, but it doesn't look anything like Shadowheart.
Her colors are right, but it's like her face is on sideways. Oh my god. What the fuck? Where's her other arm? I didn't even notice that.
The one holding the whatever it is, staff thing.
Yeah. There's the one holding it. It looks like she's got a stump on the other side. What the fuck am I even looking at?
I know.
Jesus Christ.
There's also one of the Red Devil girl.
Now I see it. It's tucked up to her chest. It was so deformed. I didn't even register it as a fucking arm. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know what this is supposed to be.
Maybe it's like a ponytail or something. I don't know.
Maybe. She looks like she's wearing a helmet, but she's clearly not. Yeah,
and weird helmet hair. Yeah, like what the fuck? How did
that ship?
That looks like an AI generated image from like 5 years ago when the technology was still proof of concept. Like, hey, it can make a JPEG, and it looks vaguely shaped like a person. Like it looks, dude. Did somebody leave that miniature too close to like the stove or something? What the fuck happened to it?
Maybe.
What in the fuck? That's it, man. That's the worst. That's the worst I've ever seen. Yeah. Please tell me the next one is even worse. God, please.
No. I think this one's worse. Personally, this one we're looking at, I think, is worse, but it's still not good.
Okay.
So, there we go.
Well, I can at least tell that's Karlach right away. So it is.
Yeah, that face is still fucked up, though.
Yeah, the face is again kind of on. It's not completely sideways this time. It's like at an angle. So it's like somebody is in the process of putting her face back where it belongs. But wow,
but also the paint from her hand is also on the pole.
Oh,
like why? It's up here too. It's like it shouldn't be there.
Oh,
like it's awful.
Oh, I mean, so the thing is, I feel a lot more generous towards this one. Like, not because it's good; it's fucking dog shit. But it's not the first one you showed me, and by comparison,
no, the first one
it's
was
a million times better. I like you can actually see like a bit of a pattern in her hair, so it's like kinda, sort of.
Yeah. I'll show you some others here because now I just want to show you more.
Sure, you want to get my reaction out of it.
Yeah, so this next one's Gale, the wizard guy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's not very good, but that's better. That's definitely better.
Yeah.
That would be like that's like a that looks like a 3D print prototype. It's still not
Yeah.
acceptable, but it's miles ahead of the first one. Well, I'm willing to chalk some of that up to being a blurry photograph, but I can still see where it's a problem. Like there's
It
paint
doesn't look
leakage
like.
on the different.
Yeah.
No, I can tell that it's supposed to be her. She does have the markings on her face. Again, it's not as bad as the first one.
No. Like that one looks
Well,
okay to me.
that one looks okay. I'm assuming that's supposed to be kind of a malformed character, so it might even enhance this one a little bit.
He's a character in the game. I can't remember what his name is at the moment though.
It looks kind of like a ghoul from Fallout.
I think he is undead. I think or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played that game. But
do they have an Asterion one? I really want to see what they do to Asterion. Oh, they don't. Okay.
I don't. Oh,
man, that's
he looks okay. He looks the vampire guy, right? He looks okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll bring him up.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not the worst of the bunch.
It's clearly supposed to be him. Now, how big are these miniatures? Are they like this sort of standard D&D size miniatures?
They're like 2 inches.
Okay,
like 1 or 2 inches.
Okay, there's a limit to how much detail that you can pack into something that small. Without spending like a Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ,
that's so bad. What happened?
Kind of jump scared me for a second there. I was like, there's a limit to how much detail you can put in a figurine that small without going like insane on the cost of the mold. So I can understand them not being like super great. They're good enough that like that Asterion one. It's not incredible. It's good enough for when you're sitting at your table instead of like looking at a macro photo of it. It's okay. But that Shadowheart one, that's nightmarish. That's not acceptable at all. I just fuck, dude. That's bad.
This one's pretty bad too. It's got like white shit on its chin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, is that not like a beard or anything?
No, this is paint from here. I think it's supposed to be here, but it's like on his face and dripping off.
Also, his horns are kind of funky.
Yeah, his horns are definitely not amazing.
I mean, again, this one isn't the worst. The clothing looks all right for like a little 2-inch figure.
So that's how they're supposed to look. There you go.
Yeah, and that's considerably better.
Yeah, like look at that. Yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah, those look great.
Something went wrong. Yeah. Yeah,
these look fantastic. I've seen prototypes that look way better than the actual figures that actually get produced, but I've never seen it quite that bad before. That's that's not okay.
Nope. Really, really bad. All right, we spent enough time on this one. Let me see if there was a reply from them. Let's see. Oh yeah, I love their quote. Listen to the quote.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, we missed the mark on our goal of creating products that enhance and add to the enjoyment of gameplay. With the D&D icons of the Realms Baldur's Gate 3 character box set. Yeah. It says, if you purchase this set through our online stores, we will be offering a full refund to those who are unsatisfied with their set. WizKids went on to say it's aware of the reports that its team is... Yeah. The team is investigating the issues and taking action to make this right and to ensure issues do not pop up again in future products. So my assumption is that it was a bad batch. I hope. And that it's somehow, maybe it was like one manufacturing facility,
Yeah. It was definitely a bad batch. That's a way you could say that. Whether or not it was
Yeah.
accidentally bad or we just didn't give a fuck bad remains to be seen. But wow, that's
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. I'm glad you hadn't seen it before.
No.
All right. Moving on.
No, you got that
Hideo.
one fresh. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like those ones. Hideo Kojima has revealed he's ready to take on directing a film, but not until PlayStation game Fizzant is finished, which he says will take another 5 or 6 years.
I feel like Kojima has been ready to direct a film for like the past 20 years. I gotta like here's the thing. Here's my thoughts on Hideo Kojima making a movie. He clearly wants to make a movie because his games are incredibly talky, but at the same time, part of what makes him such a beloved weirdo is the interactivity in those games and just the weird, the weird shit that he does with those games. Like, hey, Psycho Mantis is going to read out the Konami games you got on your memory card. You've been playing Symphony of the Night. He's gonna shout that out. You got to plug in the controller to the second port so that he can't mind read you. Or if you spin Naked Snake around on the medical screen in MGS3, he'll throw up, which is like, oh, that's a funny little extra, but it actually has a purpose if you've consumed something poisonous and you need him to vomit it up. Like, just, those the weird shit that he puts into his games. What are you going to do with a Hideo Kojima production that doesn't have interactivity? Is it even going to be
Right.
Is it even going to be something that's recognizably him? I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, but apparently we're going to be waiting a while. Now, it doesn't talk about it in this article, but I do find some of his words strange. And
Dude, you really find Hideo Kojima's words strange?
Well, there's something that he's omitting, and I'm not sure why. So he had an interview with the French Film Festival. That's where this quote came from, that it's going to take another 5 or 6 years away. But the full quote reads, I've had so many offers since I left Konami with serious conditions to develop games in my independent studio. Besides Death Stranding 2, there's also Fizzant in development, and that will take me another 5 or 6 years. But maybe after that, I could finally decide to take on a film. I grew up with cinema. Directing would be, in a way, a tribute to it. Also, I'm getting older, and I'd prefer to do it while I'm still young. Now, do you notice what he's omitting in there?
No, I'm not sure what you're referring to. There could be a lot of stuff. What are you referring to?
He mentions Death Stranding 2 and Fizzant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that'll take him another 5 or 6 years. And maybe after that he'll do a
film. He doesn't bring up the Death Stranding movie.
He doesn't bring up the Death Stranding movie or the bigger one, OD, the Xbox Game Studios game he's making. Supposedly.
Right, OD! I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. So I'm wondering
what's up with that?
Why would he not mention that? Yeah. Is that game canceled and they just don't want to say it? Or is he very hands off on that game and just kind of like gave this studio an idea and said, hey, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be over here. Like, I don't like, why would you just not talk about that? It's kind of,
I mean,
like
that
it could just be a misquote, but
it could be. It could be. That wouldn't be unheard of for Kojima. He, from what I understand, and I don't actually have a source for this handy. This is just kind of a thing I remember reading that, I admit, it's more of a just trust me, bro, kind of thing. Because I remember reading it, and I don't remember where I remember reading it, but I remember reading that he was, kind kind of hands off in the development of Metal Gear Rising, like supporting from like a
Mm.
story and I guess sort of a vibe, you know, because they want to make
Yeah,
it true to
but not from a
the
gameplay
style of the
design.
Metal Gear games, which they absolutely did. That game is just as bonkers as any Kojima made Metal Gear. But in terms of gameplay, uh, from what I understand, he was kind of hands off on that because they like originally Metal Gear Rising was going to be developed by Kojima Productions, but they just couldn't get it right, and so they handed it off to Platinum, a studio that is synonymous with fast-paced action games, because they're like, well, why don't we just give it to the people who do this best? So if he's willing to do that with the Metal Gear franchise, maybe he's willing to do it with OD. Um,
Yeah,
who knows?
yeah.
I
It could have
wouldn't
just been
I
a
wouldn't be
situation where he just
opposed to
wasn't
that.
thinking, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Like considering how good I mean, obviously Metal Gear Rising's being such a good game isn't just down to him not being involved day to day. It also has to do with a multitude of incredibly talented people. But like Hideo Kojima is the kind of person who maybe once in a while shouldn't be involved so much day to day. Like he's the kind of guy who I kind of feel like maybe him just giving you the framework and saying, okay, now you fill it in. Maybe that is for the best once in a while. Because like he can get
Hmm.
kind of, well, he can get kind of crazy with the tangents in the game design that ultimately don't really go anywhere. Like to go back to MGS3, how often did that survival system in that game ever really matter? Like I don't remember ever
Yeah.
really needing to have to survive. I was so stocked up on food and shit. It was like the camo system was cool, but like the whole oh, you have to eat to survive and thrive in the jungle. I was like, no, I just eat some. I just found like a critter and ate it once in a while when my stamina got low, you know. So
Right.
who knows? I'm definitely extrapolating way too much for this, but it just got me thinking.
Yeah. The last we heard about OD was that development on it was being paused due to the SAG after strike. But that's been
Oh, okay.
fixed, right? That's been resolved, right? So, um, the studio said that it would plan on continuing development in 2025 after the strike is resolved. So maybe they just haven't started working on it again, so that he wasn't on his mind. I don't know. Maybe they were
Maybe.
waiting for Kojima to be finished with Death Stranding 2, and then he's going to go work on it. But you would think if that was the case, he would be like, yeah, I got Death Stranding 2 coming out soon, and then I got to go work on OD, and then I got Fizzit, and But he just omits OD. I don't know. I found it interesting, and I can't believe that no one picked up on it. So that
Yeah,
was
it's a good
interesting to me.
point. It's a good point.
All right, let's move on. I like this one. Liza P Overture is the DLC coming out for Liza P.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's making one significant change that I've been begging for from a game like Liza P for however long you could possibly think. Souls likes have been around. Souls games have been around. They're introducing difficulty options. As a
Yes,
Souls-like
yes, they
game,
are.
Liza P can be punishingly difficult, especially for inexperienced players, perhaps attracted by Liza P's dark story and setting. Director Ji-won Choi said at the time, however, the team didn't think Souls-like games should have difficulty options and shipped it without any. But now it seems Neowitz has changed its mind and confirmed the change was informed after the studio listened carefully to feedback from players. Quote, we wanted to make sure a wider audience of players could play the game. We have a lot of feedback from customers and from our developers, so by making it development adjustments and introducing these difficulty options, we can offer the experience to different types of players. This broadens the base, which my reply to that is duh. Like, no.
Yeah,
Like,
it's an interesting situation because trying to balance multiple difficulty modes in a game like this is incredibly hard. Just trying to balance one difficulty setting is incredibly hard, as evidenced by the number of fucking balance patches that have come out for Elden Ring since its release.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, a post-release easy mode might be the way to do it, because you get player feedback on your game's default difficulty, and then now you can use that to inform not only the tweaks to your default difficulty, but also the changes you would make to the easy mode. So maybe this is the right way.
Yeah, it's so far away from the release of the game, though. I feel like it took too long, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the difficulty options are going to come in like a free patch, not in the DLC, because I'm not buying the DLC to
hopefully
get
they'll be
difficulty
free.
settings. Right. So if that's the case, I have yet another game that I will be checking out once Lies of P Overture releases, I think this summer sometime. So that's cool. Hopefully more games in the Souls-like genre will follow suit, but I won't hold my breath.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Next up. Stellar Blade 2 has been kind of announced. They've confirmed that the studio has begun work on a sequel to Stellar Blade. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. Nothing more. So I don't think it's too much of a surprise. Apparently the ending is like very open-ended to a sequel. So not my kind of game, but I thought I would at least mention that, the game's got a green light for a sequel. Yeah.
Sure.
What else we got? Hellblade 2 has been announced with an enhanced edition for PS5 with added features and PS5 Pro support. It's coming to PlayStation 5 this summer. There's no firm launch date yet for the game on Sony's console, but developer Ninja Theory is yet to detail what this enhanced edition's new features exactly will be. But still, in a video update posted to social media, the anniversary of the game's original PC and Xbox launch, the developer said these extras would also arrive as a free update on other platforms. The team has been working hard to optimize Hellblade 2 for PS5 and PS5 Pro to give you the very best experience we can. We look forward to sharing more details with you soon. I assume that this is just going to appear at the PlayStation showcase that I'm sure they will have during like the E3 season. I'm sure they'll have a state of play or a showcase.
And this, sure this game was really well received, so that'd be a good thing for them to show off and be like, "Hey, it's coming here now."
Was it well received?
Wasn't it? I mean, I remember hearing a lot of good things about it.
Let's check the Metacritic. I don't think it did badly, but I don't think it did amazingly. So it's sitting at a 74 from users, 81 from critics. So it was fine.
81's fine.
81's good. I've played it a little bit. It's very linear and very scripted. Even more so than the first game, but which is kind of hard to picture.
Yeah, and it's meant to be a sort of an experience. And they make a very big deal in this game of I know, but I don't have a problem with a game being an experience if they have a very clear idea of what they want to do with it. And with this game, it is a character who is suffering from like schizophrenic hallucinations.
Psychosis.
You're rubbing off on me. Just like all sorts of trauma related to the deaths of her loved ones. Which is why they make such a big deal out of you need to play this game with headphones, because it is like the binaural audio experience for having it sound like everything is around you is absolutely critical for this game giving you the intended experience. Excuse me. And I respect that. I respect something that is linear if it is focused on doing a good job. Like, linearity isn't bad. It's just best suited for
it's not the linearity it's not just linear. It's not like Uncharted linear. It's like you're very tunneled, like,
Okay.
and you walk slow. So like, there's no exploration.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
basically
bad.
just on. Yeah, you're basically on a in a corridor the whole time. It's not literally a corridor, but like you can't go.
Yeah, the area
You
you
can't
could
go
walk
super
is
far off the
basically
beaten
a
path.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
straight shot. Yeah.
yeah. Like if you had a mini map that showed you the areas where you can walk, it would be like really
Yeah,
tiny.
it would
Like
just
there's not
be
big areas to explore.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very script. It should. It's almost like it should be a movie. In all honesty, but it is one of the most
Yeah.
beautiful games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But you know, when there's not much gameplay, you can put more resources into the visuals.
Sure,
So,
sure. Yeah. 100%.
all right, we're almost to the end here. Siberia Remastered has been announced. I don't know if you ever played the
Oh,
original, but it was sort
I've
of
been meaning to
a
play these
point and click
games.
adventure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only played the first one. There's a lot of them. I did not realize how many
Yeah,
of them there were.
there's
Several.
like 3 of them, aren't there?
Oh no, there's like 5. There's a
Oh,
lot of
really?
games in this
Okay.
series.
So there's
It just
even more
keeps
than I
going.
knew about.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's Siberia 1, and then there was Siberia 2, and then Siberia 3, and then Siberia the World Before, of course.
I was wondering when they were
And I
getting
think,
into subtitles.
yeah. And then I think there's another one. Sure.
Why can't you just do it
That
like
might
the
be
Rocky movies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ignore the fact that they then did Rocky Balboa.
Balboa. Yeah. But yeah, I played the original. It's decent. I'm not sure why this series like who plays this series that they would make 4 games. It's just kind of weird to me that it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those series that exists, and you're like, who's playing this? Clearly, someone's playing
I
it
don't know.
because they keep making them.
They made a bunch of Myst games, so
Right? Yeah. It's so interesting to me.
there's
All right.
people who really like that stuff.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, and finally, massive updates to Xbox Game Pass is our last news story of the week. First off, Microsoft has announced Retro Classics with Game Pass, which is a collaboration with Antstream Arcade to bring a collection of over 50 classic Activision games from the 80s and 90s to Game Pass members.
Yeah, so that's basically. Do you remember Game Room on the 360?
Yeah, it's basically like an arcade app kind of thing.
It's basically that.
Yeah. So here's an image of the first little bit of the menu that you get when you boot it up. I've downloaded it and looked at the menu.
Venetian blinds in here?
Yeah. It's very old 80s kind of stuff in here. So the full list of games.
Oh no, but they have
as
fucking
follows.
Activision Prototype number 1. There's a classic.
Yes. Yeah, so this is the full list. Activision Prototype 1, Atlantis 2, Barnstorming, Baseball, Beam Rider, Bloody Human Freeway, Boxing,
Which is a great
Bridge,
name.
Caesar 2, Checkers, Chopper Command, Commando, Conquests of the Longbow, The Legend of Robin Hood. That's a long one. Cosmic Arc, Crackpots, Decathlon.
Oh, they've
Demon
got Freddy
Attack.
Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist.
You're jumping ahead of me. Dolphin,
Sorry,
Dragster,
I just
Enduro, yeah, Fathom, Firefighter, Fishing Derby, Freddy Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist. I love that name. Freeway, Grand Prix, Hero, Kaboom, Laser Quest.
Kaboom's good.
Laser Blast. Mech Warrior 1, Mech Warrior 2, Mega Mania, Pitfall 2, Police Quest, Pressure Cooker, Riddle of the Sphinx, River Raid 2, Robot Tank, Sky Jinx, Space Quest 2, Space Quest 6,
Ooh.
Space Treat Deluxe, Spider Fighter, Star Voyager, Tennis, The Adventures of Willie Beamish, The Dagger of Amon-Ra, Thwacker, Title Match Pro Wrestling, Torrens Passage, Trick Shot, Vault Assault, Venetian Blinds, Zork 1,
Oh, God.
Zork 0, Frostbite, and Quest for Glory.
Oh, Quest for Glory. Now, there's a name I haven't heard of in a while.
Yeah, so 90% of these games I've never even heard of. I've definitely heard of
Yeah, a lot of these
them,
are like Atari 2600 games, and like there's a couple of Sierra Online point and click adventure games in there. Although I'm wondering why don't they just have like the first 6 Space Quest games? I think they might have made like a spin-off at some point, but like why is it Space Quest 2 and 6? It's such a weird way of doing things.
Yeah. From my understanding, the Retro Classics collection is a new thing that they're going to be doing moving forward, adding games to it moving forward, which is kind of cool. So maybe we'll see some games missing from that.
Man, it is really weird to see Super Nintendo and PS1 as a thing. Like, I know that obviously there's nothing that Nintendo and Sony can say like, "Oh, how dare you?" It's like, well, those are those third parties software, so they can put them anywhere they want. It's just so weird to see those names under Xbox branding, especially the PlayStation one. We've seen Nintendo and Microsoft occasionally work together on stuff, but this is weird. Also, I love just the random Amiga there. Like, yeah, Amiga, why not?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And also, all of the games come with save states, so that's cool too.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of these games are hard as fuck.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait to play the original version of Shadow of the Beast on the Amiga.
Yeah. So cool stuff there. And then the standard list of Xbox Game Pass games has been released as well, starting with Monster Train 2, which is already out on Game Pass. So take a look. Well, like I said, I would play Monster Train 1 first, although I think Monster Train might still be on Game Pass. I could be wrong. Also coming to Game Pass, Tales of Kanzerozao, which is a game I've wanted to check out. This is from the actor from I can't remember what movie he was from. I can't remember.
Can you tell me the actor's name?
It's supposed to be like an ode to his dad. No, I'm trying to remember what movie he was from. What actor?
There he goes. Give it up. I'm trying to think of it. Just type it in.
Yeah. Well, it's for the good of the.
No, I don't blame you. I do the exact same thing. I was just waiting for it to happen.
Abu Bakr Salim.
Okay.
He was in Raised by Wolves, Assassin's Creed Origins, House of the Dragon, bunch of stuff.
Okay, yeah. I dig the look of this game. Like the color palette's really cool.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's The Division 2 for some reason. It's just randomly coming to Game Pass. I think this is just more of Ubisoft trying to get money wherever they possibly can.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay afloat.
Man, I fucking love this image of the Washington Monument being damaged. Oh, but no, The Division 2, this isn't a political game, guys. We're not trying to take sides on any issues. Fucking Ubisoft.
Yeah. Well, apparently the game is all about like a disease that runs rampant.
Yeah,
and then it causes riots.
How can you say that something like this doesn't have some kind of political thing to say? Like,
yeah.
Like the
With
fact
the capital
that
in the background
the city is in chaos. Like it at the very least, you think it's saying, "Hey, maybe the government could be a little bit better about its response to infectious diseases." But no, nothing political about this game. Fuck you guys.
To be fair, though,
Assassin's
the
Creed
Division
Shadows
1 came out
working for you.
before. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh man.
This one I found. I don't know if you've heard of this one. Have you heard of this one?
No.
So this game's called To a T, and apparently it's the next game from the what's that stupid game called that I absolutely hate that a lot of people love? Kariyami Damacy? What the fuck is that called?
Katamari.
The one with the roll.
You hate Katamari Damacy? I will kill you.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll destroy you.
I can't stand that game.
I love that game.
Yeah. Well, apparently this is his next game. Apparently, from what I understand, it's called To a T.
Now I'm suddenly interested in it.
There you go. Now the next one's huge for me personally. It's a game I've been wanting to play, and I've been waiting for a sale for, but now I don't need to because, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Metaphor ReFantazio coming to Game Pass on May 29th. Only 5 days away. Cannot wait.
Can I just say, as a designer, that logo really bothers me because, like, I understand putting the A in the middle there, but you got 3 letters on the left of it and 4 on the right,
4 on the other.
And like they've clearly done what they can to try and make them sort of an equivalent size. It's just not working for me. This is nothing to do with criticism of the game. I haven't played the game. I'm just saying, man, that
I don't like it either.
Off-centering, yeah,
I also don't like the name. Like, why? Just call it Metaphor. Why does it have to be Metaphor ReFantazio? Just call it Metaphor.
Probably because you can't trademark something as simple as the word metaphor. That would be really hard to trademark. So you give it a silly subtitle. It's like American McGee's Alice. Like, he didn't want the game to have his name on the title, but EA was like, yeah, but we can't just trademark the name Alice. That they're never going to go for that. We have to distinguish it some way. So we're going to call it American McGee's Alice.
Yeah, that's fair. What else we got? Spray paint simulator.
Oh, so is this like the sequel to Power Washing Sim? It's like, or I guess the prequel to Power Washing Sim.
Yeah, this is the guy that came in and ruined everything. Yeah, I'm not sure what the premise of the game is besides that you spray paint things. I'm just not sure why you're spray painting things or what.
Okay, but here's my question. Here's my question. Do I get to rollerblade around future Japan to groovy ass music? Because if not, that's a hard sale, man. I've had access to fucking Jet Set Radio for like 25 years. You're gonna have to sell me on this.
That's another series that they need to bring back for sure.
Yeah.
Crypt Custodian also coming to Game Pass. I believe I played a demo for this game, and it was made by one dude. And it was pretty good. I think I tweeted at him or something like that, and he said thanks for the support or something like that. So it's like a top-down Zelda-like puzzler kind of thing, but
so it's like
in a much simpler sense. No, like 2D, straight up 2D, top down. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I went into it with no expectations, and then came out kind of like, oh, okay.
That's cool. Usually the best way to do it.
Yeah. And finally, Symphonia, releasing on Game Pass on June 3rd. This is I think this is a side-scrolling or like a Metroidvania type of game with music as the crux of the whole thing. I'm not really 100% sure on it. I've heard of it though.
That's cool. That sounds like it could be a good mechanic.
Yeah, I have way too many games to play. I'm under a pile at this point. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, leaving Xbox Game Pass at the end of May is Cassette Beasts, Firework, Humanity, Slayer X or Slayers X.
Oh yeah, I played that game.
Yeah.
That's Slayers X is is a retro throwback shooter that's meant to be. So the kayfabe is that the guy who made it started working on it when he was 13 years old, and then never finished it, and then found it again as an adult and decided to finish it as he would have as a 13-year-old. So it's basically like, think back to the era of like when Limp Bizkit was really popular, when that kind of shit was really popular. It's basically the game basically lampoons that era, that
Gotcha.
early to mid 2000s cultural era of just teenage, North American culture. And man, it does a really good job. It's a shit post game. It's a pretty good shit post game. And it's also not as horrendously ugly as oh god, what's it called? Hold on.
Holding.
Oh god, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Cruelty Squad. That's the game. It's not as horrifically ugly as Cruelty Squad. Cruelty Squad's a great game, by the way. It is a complete eyesore to look at. Slayer's X is not the eyesore. Also, Cruelty Squad has a sequel that's now in early access. So
Well,
if you wanted to burn your retinas some more, you could play that.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the news. This was one of our longer shows in a while. Lots of content.
I just hope that the mix comes out not completely fucked up from the delay.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to, like, when you're talking, to like wait for like a lull before I speak, to try and separate us as much as possible. We'll see how it turns out, though. All right, it's time for screen scope. Hey, Beavis, what are you doing? We're on a bus with chicks. Hey, baby. All right. It's time to guess the game.
We're going to score.
All right. I'm going to do some rearranging.
I don't know what this is. Maybe Sekiro? I'm just throwing
it does
that out
look
there.
kind of familiar. I don't have anything better. Nope. 80%.
80%, though, that's in the right neighborhood.
Sekiro got around an 80, really? Wow.
I would expect it would have gotten about that. Those games usually get pretty highly rated.
I mean, 80 seems low to me. I would have thought it would have got higher. But.
Well, I mean, like it's a good grade to get. I would expect it to be at least 80.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, neither do I.
Don't recognize anything from it. All right. PS3 exclusive.
Okay. That looks familiar, but I can't really place it. It doesn't really look like God of War.
I know what it is. It's God of War 3. Yeah, it's God of War 3.
So it is God of War.
Oh, wait, no, it's God of War Ascension. That's the other one.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right. So it is the thing I thought it didn't look like. No. I only played God of War 1 and 2. As soon as you said
God of War. Okay. Yeah, as soon as I saw this, I was like, Rome. That's Kratos with his weapons. Okay. And that's him flicking someone up in the air. Like a Medusa-like creature. And then, I mean, that was obvious at that point. Got the guts hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ascension was okay.
Oh, that makes it real okay. Obvious.
Yeah. 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 All right. Let's see. Huh.
Oh, that is Sonic 3.
Damn. Nice. Good shit.
That's the underwater
shit.
level.
Good shit.
I'm not sure.
I have a guess, but I don't know. I don't know if it's right. I think it might be Metal Gear Survive.
Okay. Maybe. We can always try it.
If I get this right, that's sad. Okay, it's not.
Oh, okay. No.
84%.
84. No, it's definitely not Metal Gear Survive.
No. We have UI.
Which apparently was fine, but just like a totally unnecessary cash-in game.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter, because I can see a crosshair there.
Yeah.
Dude at the end. And there's a waypoint marker. Could be Call of Duty.
Could be Call of Duty.
84%. It's right around there. Let's go with, I'm not sure which one, though.
I guess, let's say Black Ops 6. Who the fuck knows?
It's definitely not Black Ops 6. There's no way.
Okay.
That's the newest one.
Go with whatever your heart tells you.
It's not Call of Duty. Oh. Shit. I know this. Oh, wait. Do I? This looks familiar. Hold on. Feel me here for a second. This here all looks familiar. This doesn't. What is this? Because, like, this looks like Tunic. Oh, or Death's Door. It could be Death's Door.
I'm going to say Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, yeah. Could be.
I'm basing that on virtually nothing.
No. Action role-playing first-person stealth. That got a good review. What the hell is this game?
Well, we could try Prey. I don't know if we got Prey yet, so
it's not Prey. There's no other people in Prey.
But
you're alone on the station.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is this? Action role-playing stealth. Oh. Is this one of the new Deus Ex games? Deus Ex Human Revolution or what's the other one?
It might be Mankind Divided, like, but it's definitely not Human Revolution.
Oh, I'm so good.
There you go.
Oh, I'm so
good call. Yes. I have not played Mankind Divided. They gave us the one Deus Ex game I haven't played.
Human Revolution I enjoyed.
Human Revolution was really good.
Yeah, I don't think I enjoyed the second one, and I don't think anyone else did either, because they didn't make the third one.
Yeah, they didn't make another one. Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was.
You should play the original Deus Ex. It's a little dated, but it's fun.
I've played it before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I used to play it. I didn't get deep into it or anything like that, but I've definitely played it a long time ago.
I got super into it. This looks familiar. Okay, so I know why it looks familiar, but it's not that game. It's not From Dust, but for a moment it made me think of From Dust really hard. From Dust I really like that game.
I think it might be that was it Trials of Mana? I think it was.
I mean, maybe it doesn't look like it to me, but
The full 3D one.
yeah, you can
The
try
action
it.
RPG one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I played the shit out of it.
No,
Nope.
79. Well, that looks weird.
Yeah, don't know what that could be.
No, I'm not getting anything. I'm a skip on this one.
Sure.
Oh, a 360 game. Exclusive.
Could it be Eternal Sonata again?
No, it came to PS3.
It looks like this looks like a fucking Pokemon.
Oh, could it be Kingdom for Keflings?
Maybe. I don't know that game. Well, apparently not.
Apparently neither do they. Okay, it's not that. I don't know. I'm not getting anything.
I have no idea. Oh, fucking Tales of Vesperia?
Good job.
There you go.
I wouldn't have got that.
Good apparently really good. I've never played it. I meant to play it, and then I never got around to it.
Ooh, this looks familiar.
Very System Shocky, but it's not System Shock. But damn, does it ever have that atmospheric lighting?
Is it? It's not Doom 3, is it?
No. Well, maybe you could try it. Really? I feel like Doom 3 had better lighting than that. Because you had that green light source, but there was red all around it. Good call. Let's look at what the other screenshots were. Let's see how fast I would have. Oh yeah, I would have definitely gotten Doom 3 on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the shotgun.
Yeah,
okay. They picked the least obvious screenshot first. Oh shit. What is this?
Day of the Tentacle?
Fuck. Maybe. Yeah, Day of the Tentacle. Try it. Maybe not. But it looks like it's from that era.
No. Oh, it's Earthworm Jim. Oh, wait. Wait, 45% though?
What?
Is it? Was
45? What?
No, it can't be It can't be Earthworm Jim if it's 45%. But
no,
it does look like Earthworm Jim.
That's gotta be Earthworm. It's Earthworm Jim, dude. Oh, it's Earthworm
one
Jim
of the Earthworm Jim games. 2?
45?
Why the hell is the Metacritic? There's no way that's true. Hold on.
45? I mean, look, Earthworm Jim 2 is not like... It's not even in the
45,
top...
though.
It's not even in the top 20, I would say. But it's not a 45. Come on.
Oh. It's because this is the Game Boy Advance version.
Oh. Oh. Right. Yeah. Those were apparently not very good.
No.
The Game Boy Advance got a lot of really good Super Nintendo ports, but you would be shocked at how many really shitty ones it got as well.
Yeah.
Those don't get talked about a lot, but like there's a really bad version of a Pitfall.
It looks pretty good
Adventure
though.
On there. I mean, well, yeah, because it's using the visuals from the original game, but it's if it's anything like some of those other conversions, it probably like controls really badly
Oh,
or something.
it looks pretty choppy. I don't know if that's the GIF or if that's like the game. See, it keeps pausing.
Oh, is that happening for you too? I wasn't sure if that was the delay or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the GIF or if that's the game.
There was a port of Sonic 1 on the GBA that was apparently really bad as well. So
2, 3, 6. This is number 7. Ooh.
It looks kind of familiar.
I don't know if they do indie games on here, but it might be what's that game with the moving creature? You build a house, you build a village on his back.
Oh,
something village.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah. But I don't.
It's something village.
Shit. It almost
like
Unearthed
Village.
The trees almost look like something out of like a Dr. Seuss book because they look kind of shaggy. You know how he would draw the trees with like the same kind of thing as like the fur on the sneeches or whatever.
Yeah. I say let's skip for now and see if we get like a doorbell goes off.
Sure.
Oh.
Huh.
It's
this
I know what it is. I think
like
it's Pyre.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Pyre.
Oh, isn't that the it's like a sports? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a fantasy sports game.
Sometimes I feel bad that I know all these things.
No. That's
you know
fine.
what I mean? It's just, why is this knowledge in my brain? You know what I mean?
Because you had a good experience. Or a bad experience.
That's true. Actually, I didn't really play this game.
Stood out. Well, then the art made enough of an impression.
Yeah. Well, I just remember because between those sports things, you're in the cabin or in the coach, and this is.
Yeah.
I just remember you stare at this a lot, so I just All right, so I cannot go back because I realized that I had already wiped. Yeah, I already wiped my laptop. I didn't realize last time I mentioned that, so all that's gone. So we'll just go back up to the top and continue going down.
Oh yeah, the really
until
easy
we
ones.
Start to notice something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. Oh, well, that's Mario Golf, right? 64.
Yeah. Either golf or tennis. I'm gonna say golf because of all the golf shirt and the golf pants. Yeah.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Yeah. This is we're gonna do rapid fire again.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
See, now this looks
old,
like
too old. Division. Looks too old to be Division. This looks like.
Oh, but then you got a soldier there.
Yeah. Maybe this is like SOCOM 2 or 3.
Maybe.
He is walking like that. You know that classic look that they have, that walk that they have.
Yeah.
I'll try SOCOM 3. No, not a SOCOM game. Oh, that looks familiar.
Yeah. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
I think it's it's a Call of Duty. Yeah, it's a Call of Duty game for sure. It's not Modern Warfare 1 though.
No, it looks too good for that.
Well, does it? Okay, so the new ones have the Roman numerals, right? So let's try this.
Oh, is it really Modern Warfare 2? Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't play much of Modern Warfare 2. I checked out
that was the best one.
Level
that was the one with survival mode.
To see what Modern Warfare 3 had the survival mode. Or did Modern Warfare 2 have it as well?
No, only one game had it, so maybe it was 3.
Well, then it's Modern Warfare 3, because I remember we played Modern Warfare 3 Survival together. That was like the last time I played a Call of Duty game. Oh, is this what's that fucking Firewatch?
No,
Or The Witness?
you're not. You're never in. Oh, The Witness. It could be. Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan Blow is going to go cry in a dark room because I guessed it right away. I didn't take the time to think about it like he wants me to.
Get that bingo card out.
Yep.
Halo.
That's Halo. That is the second level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the fastest we've ever gotten one.
Yeah.
This looks familiar.
I'm not getting anything from it. Not instantly.
But from where and in what capacity?
Yeah, I'm not getting anything. I'm a skip on this one.
Yeah. It almost kind of looks like a zombies map from Call of Duty Black Ops, but it could just be a fucked up street. You know?
Yeah, why not? Nope.
Okay. Nope.
92.
No. This is, believe it or not, less distinctive for me. Could it be Bloodborne?
I was thinking Bloodborne. Yeah.
There it is.
That's so funny. Ooh. Red Dead 1?
No, that looks like a paved road with paint on it. That's
yeah.
That's a game with it's got cars. Also no, that doesn't look like an electrical tower. That looks like maybe some kind of maybe
Wind
like a lighting
thing.
tower or something. But either way, it's a modern era game.
Could be GTA 5.
One of the
There's a lot of different environments.
I feel like I would recognize. You can try it, but I feel like I would recognize this area because I played a bunch of GTA 5. No.
92% again.
Probably racing game. That looks like a fucking spoiler on a car.
Yeah.
One of
So
the
this
Forza
is probably.
games.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be a Forza.
Forza Horizon.
Well, this came out in 2022, so I'm gonna say probably 4 then, or no, Horizon 4.
Yeah, because Horizon's the rally game, right?
It is a Horizon game.
Yeah.
Xbox Series
3?
Oh, wow! It's been that long. No, it's got to be 5. Xbox Series.
Okay, then
There's no way
5.
it would be 3. That's crazy. That means that game has. They haven't released a Forza Horizon game since 2022 at the latest. I didn't realize that game was that old. Wow.
Don't they alternate between Horizon and Motorsport?
Yeah, but they must have skipped a year then. I thought it was every year there was a Forza game, but maybe not. Apparently not. Apparently I'm wrong, because I didn't realize it was that old.
Oh,
I have no clue on that one.
I don't know. Skip. Super Meat Boy?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is. Totally is.
Boom.
Nice job. All right, what are we on here? We'll do 17, 18, and 19.
We're not gonna go all the way to 20?
We'll start on 20 next time. That way we know.
Okay.
Okay. Leave off on an even number.
I don't know. Fucking
it's trees. So
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
I don't think it looks that good. 94. Oh, it's Oblivion. It's funny.
Man, can you imagine if the Oblivion Gate was the image they started with?
Right.
I don't know this one. Nothing comes to mind right away.
Oh, no, it's BioShock Infinite.
There you go. Oh, yeah, that would have made it easy. Wow, they just give it to you on the last one.
Yeah. Is that Populous?
Or
Final Fantasy?
Chrono Trigger.
Oh, Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
That's the world of Chrono Trigger, dude.
Yeah. Man, what a game. Get that remake out. Let's go. Oh, that was it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 46. If you want to reach me on the socials, I am at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I am at Ninjas, also on BlueSky.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hopefully next week we'll have an extra for you. We have one locked and loaded and ready to go.
Yeah, it's not exactly ready to go. We still got to record it, but the subject matter is locked down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the content and all that stuff is ready to go. It's built and ready to be recorded, so... we'll see if we can nail that down.
If my internet is still shit by Monday, we're gonna just have to do it in person.
Or get them to fix it. How are you not going crazy over internet issues? How are you not insane right now?
Hold on a second. What kind of power do you think that I have over them to fix this? Okay, I am trying.
You're the customer. You're the customer. You call.
If there is a physical problem, I cannot fix that by calling. I'm trying to get an answer for what the problem is. Okay.
Yeah, so you got to get that answer, but you can't do it if you don't call. You gotta call.
Yeah, but my point is,
whoop some ass.
Even if I have an answer, that's not necessarily going to fix it. If there is some kind of, let's say, damage to some cabling somewhere. This might not be a problem that is fixable on my end, is what I'm saying.
There's no way that they've been doing maintenance for 3 weeks. It's just not possible. I just don't believe it.
It's Rogers. They're incompetent. It might very well have taken them 3 weeks.
I mean, if that's the case, that's why they're losing customers.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's why they lost me. That's right, Rogers. That's why you lost me. Congratulations, you suck. Thanks, Bell.
Yep.
Not a sponsor. Although you can if you want to. I'm right here. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm right here.
Hey, Bell. Right.
Until next time.
We will advertise you if you give me better internet for free. How's that?
There you go. We'll take that.
Yeah.
Until next time, folks. Get back to gaming.